Elon Musk, the man who refused to see small. What if someone told you that your biggest dream were impossible? What would you do? Would you give up? Would you listen to the people who's duped you? Or would you keep going? Today, I want to tell you the story of man who's become the famous after thinking about seeing that many people once considered impossible. His name is Elon Musk. Whether you admire him or not, his story teaches us some powerful lesson about ambition, failure, a risk, and persistence. But Elon Musk's story did not begin with the billion of the dollar, successful company, or rockets. It began with a young boy who's loved computer. Elon Musk was born in 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa. As a child, he was very interested in technology and science. He spent a lot of time reading books and learning by himself. When he was around 12 years old, he'd created a simple computer game and sold it. It wasn't a huge business. It wasn't a revolutionary product, but it sold something important. Events as a choice. Musk was interested in the creating thing. He wasn't satisfied with simply using technology. He wants to understand how things work. And more importantly, he wants to build think himself. But the childhood was not always easy for him. He experienced bullying at school and went through difficult personal experience. For many people, called experience can destroy the confidence. But Musk continued learning. He developed a strong interest in the science, technology, and the future. Eventually, he left South Africa and moved to Canada. Later, he studied at the University of the Pennsylvania in the United States. At that time, he had a big ambition. He was interested in the internet, renewable energy, and spaces. But he didn't simply want to work on ordinary projects. He wanted to solve huge problems. And this is the first lesson from the history. Don't be afraid to think bigger. Many people ask, how can I make my life easier? But ambitious people sometimes ask, what problem can I solve? That is a very difficult question. After university, Musk entered the technology world during the early day of the internet. He helped create a company called Zip2. The company provided online service for newspapers. Eventually, it was sold. Musk made money from the sale, but instead of simply relaxing and enjoying his success, he invested much of his money into the new businesses. This was the beginning of a much bigger company. He became involved in the online financial company that eventually became part of what we know today as the PayPal. Again, Musk made a significant amount of money. At this point, he could have stopped. He could have bought an expensive or expensive houses. He could have driven around the world. He could have lived comfortably, but he had different plans. He wanted to work on something much more ambitious. Spaces must become fascinated with an idea of making spaces travel cheaper and eventually helping humanity become a multi-planetary civilizations. So he found Space 8. And this is where his story became much more difficult. Building rockets is extremely expensive, and rockets are incredibly difficult to design. The first phase is launch fail, and the scan launch fail. The search launch fails. Imagine spend this year of your life working on something. Imagine investing huge amount of the money. Imagine putting your reputation on the land, and then watching your account fail again and again. For many people, that would be enough. They would say, "This is not working. I'm done. I should try something else." But Musk continued. Space had enough resources on only one more major attempt. The first launch had to work. And this is with the term it did. The rocket successfully reached orbit. That success attracted everything. SpaceX received a new opportunity and contract. The company continued to develop rocket, and eventually it received something that many people thought was extremely difficult. Building rocket that could be reduced. This was important because the original rocket were lightly used once and discarded. Reusable rockets offer the possibility of the reducing and the cost of the launching thing into the spaces. But remember something. When people see a successful rocket landing today, they see the amazing dessert. They don't always see the fair lunch that's come before it. They don't see the pressure. They don't see the fear. They don't see the uncertainty. And they see the success. And they give us one of the most important lessons from the math story. Failure can be part of the process. Failure doesn't always mean you should stop. Sometimes failure means you have to discover it one way that doesn't work it. The important question is, what can I learn from this? Musk also became involved with Tesla. At this time, electric cars were not as popular as they are today. Many people question whether electric vehicle could become successful. Tesla faces serious financial problem. The company struggled to produce car efficiently. There were delay. There were technical problem. There was an intense criticizes. And once again, Musk faces the possibility of the fella, but they continues investing time, energy, and money into the company. Eventually, Tesla became one of the world's most valuable automobile company. Electric vehicle become much more popular, and the entire automobile industry become paying more attention and electric technology. But there is another important lesson here. Success often look obvious after it's happening, but success, however, the future is the uncertain. When you are starting something new, you may not know whether it will work. You may not have guarantee. You may have to. You may even be afraid. But sometimes you have to take a cultured risk. This doesn't mean you should take every risk. It means that if something truly matters to you, and you may have to accept certainly. Elon Musk also became involved in ambitious projects, including the Neuralink and Boring Company. His idea has a firm paralysis on technology and long-term problem. Some project success face the critical. Some fake much longer than expected. And that is other lessons. You don't need every idea to succeed. You need to keep learning. Think about your own life. Maybe you want to learn English. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to become healthier. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to learn a new skill. You might try something and fail. Your first video may get only a few views. Your first English conversation may be full of mistake. Your first business idea may not work. Your first attempt at something may be terrible. Okay, that's okay. Your first attempt is not supposed to be perfect. Your first attempt is supposed to teach you something that you try again and again and again. Prolong often look boring from the outside. You practice, you make a mistake, you improve, and you repeat it. Then one day people suddenly notice your result, but they don't see all the repetition that create them. This is why you should stop comparing your beginning with someone's air of success. You may look at the successful person and think they are lucky, they are talented, they have opportunity, I don't have. Maybe some those things are true, but you don't know how many years they spend learning. You don't know how many times they failed. You don't know how many nights they work. You don't know how many opportunities they create that for themselves. So don't compare your chapter 1 to the someone's at chapter 20. Focus on your own journey. Another lesson from the Elon Musk story is the importance of learning. Marx has often described himself as someone who should learn by reading and asking questions. You don't need everything before you begin. You can learn as you go. This is important because the many people wait until they feel ready. They say, I start when I know more. I start when my English is imperfect. I start when I have enough money. I start when I am confident. But confidence often comes after action, not before it. You start, you make a mistake, you learn, you become better, and slowly confidence grow. So if you are waiting for the perfect moment, maybe you don't need a perfect moment. Maybe you simply need the first step. Start small, read 1 page, learn 5 new words, practice speaking for 10 minutes, write 1 paragraph, make 1 video, exercise for the 15 minutes, build something, decide, or the first step doesn't matter. What's matter is that you take it. Elon Musk story also remind us about ambitious goal require passion. You cannot build a great company overnight. You cannot become an expert overnight. You cannot completely change your life into 1 week. A real progress takes time. Sometimes it's take a year. And during those years, you may feel like nothing is happening. But keep going, because the person you become during the process may be more valuable than a goal itself. You become more disciplining, more knowledgeable, more resilient, more confident, and more capable. So what can you learn or we learn from the aloneness journey? The first, think bigger. Don't automatically assume that something important simply because it hasn't been before. The second, learn continuously. You don't need to know everything. The third, always be willing to learn. The third, don't be afraid of the failure. The failure can be painful, but it can also teach you valuable lesson. The fourth, can't take the risk. If you want different life, something you have to make a decision that feel uncomfortable. And to finally keep going, because the Pakistan is one of the most powerful advantage you can have. You don't have to be the smart, talented person in the room. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to start $1 million. We can start with the curiosity, and we can start with a skill. We can start with a small idea, and then you can improve one step at a time. So the next time someone tells you that your dream is too big, don't immediately believe them. Ask yourself, is it really possible? Is it simply difficult? Because there are a bit different between impossible and difficult. Difficult means you need to learn. Difficult means you need to work. Difficult means you need to passion. Difficult means you may fail several times before you succeed. And sometimes the things that are difficult are the things that change your life the most. Elon Musk's Chakni remind us that extraordinary results often begin with an ordinary decision. Decision to try. You don't know exactly where your journey will take you. You don't know how many obstacles you will face. You don't know how many times you will fall. You can decide not to quit. So start today. Start with you can. Learn what you don't know. Improve what you can. Accept your mistake. Take the next step and keep moving forward, because your current situation is not necessarily your final destination. Your future can be completely different from your present, but it starts with what you do today. So dream bigger, work harder, learn continuously, fare forward. The most importantly, don't let fear deceive what you can cope up after achieving. Your dream may be difficult, but difficult does not mean impossible. And sometime the biggest achievement in life begin with the one person who simply refused to think small. Okay, if this video is good for you, so don't forget to share to your another person. Thank you.